Hey, it's me, Jesse, and I'm back with another ERB reaction video. Today's is gonna be J.R. Tolkien, the guy who wrote Lord of the Rings, versus George R. Martin, the guy who wrote Game of Thrones. So let's see who's better.
George R. Martin versus J.R.R. Tolkien! Brace yourself! Gather up your trolls and your soldier elves! And your ents and your orcs and your wargs and your
I like his face here. I like J.R. Tolkien's face. Well, first of all, George R. Martin is super fat, and I thought I was overweight, but I mean, I am overweight, but this is like super fat. Like, he really needs to lose weight, man. I know the guy who plays him really isn't that fat, but if George R. Martin is this fat in real life, he definitely needs to lose weight, just saying. And then I like, where's Tolkien made a funny face when he's like talking to him that I want to, hang on.
Gather up your trolls and your soldier elves! And your ents and your orcs!
Yeah, okay, it didn't land on the face, but you probably saw it. He was like, eh. And that was the exact same face I was making. This guy is whack.
And your wargs and your stings, your dwarves and clam drinks. Cause there's a new literary lord in the ring.
And it's not you.
Readers fall in love with every character I've written, then I kill them. And they're like, what he did? All your bad guys die, your good guys survive. We can tell what's gonna happen by page and age 5. Till you're all see.
Okay, dude, Lord of the Rings is a complex story. I don't think people can tell what's gonna happen by page 5, and especially not age 5. I mean, 5-year-olds are not reading Lord of the Rings, dude. 5-year-olds are reading, like, I don't know, like Clifford the Red Dog or whatever. I don't know, like whatever. I mean, I'm not 5. I'm like 24, so I don't know what 5-year-olds are reading. But like when I was 5, I was probably, I was just starting to read, and so I was reading pretty easy books like Clifford or something like that. I don't think 5-year-olds are gonna understand Lord of the Rings, so I get it. You wanted to do a rhyming scheme, but I don't think that's very true.
And how to find some sex in your movies. Yeah. Ditch the Goonie and cast a couple boobies. There's into your plots.
Okay, so he said, tell your all-seeing eye to find some sex in your movies. Okay, there is romance in Lord of the Rings, first of all. There's not sex, but there is romance between, like, who is it? The lady with the black hair? I'm thinking of the older films. What's her name? Arwen or Arwen or whatever. I know, I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings fan, so forgive me for mispronouncing their names, but like Arwen maybe? I thought it's Arwen, I think. And then who's that guy that everyone has a crush on? That guy with like the brown hair, the dark brown hair, played by Viggo Mortensen. I can't remember his character name, but they're a thing. They're a couple. And then there's probably other couples I'm forgetting about. But yeah, that's the only example I can think of. But yeah, there is romance in Lord of the Rings, but yeah, they don't really show sex because it's not appropriate, and a lot of people don't want to see it, including myself. So, no. Sorry, dude.
It's not David the Gnome! Your hobbit hole heroes can't handle my throne! Kings, queens, dragons, dwarves, horses, fortresses, magic, and swords. You have been my whole shit, you uninspired hack. You want a war, George? Welcome to Shire Rock!
Oh, I love that line. Wait, okay, so he's like, he accuses, so first of all, I do not like the portrayal of Martin. I don't even like not Lord of the Rings. I don't even like Game of Thrones anyway. And so Martin's first verse was really bad. I did not like his portrayal. And I just do not like, I don't really know much about Martin. I just know that I don't like Game of Thrones because it's too violent and too sexual. And so I like how Tolkien, he accuses Martin of like basically hobbiting his whole you-know-what. And what he means by that is like stealing all his like books and stuff. Basically stealing the premise of his story. And this next line is funny.
Magic and sword. You have been my whole shit, you uninspired hack. You want a war, George? Welcome to Shire Rock.
I like that. You want a war, George? Welcome to Chirac instead of Iraq. And George, because like George Bush. It's funny. He already has the better punches, Tolkien.
You got nothing to say. I'm number 1 and 2. You're under 50 Shades of Grey. I got the.
Oh, that's so true. He's like, in book sales, you got nothing to say. I'm number 1 and 2. You're under 50 Shades of Grey. It's so true, because, I mean, Game of Thrones is a lot like 50 Shades of Grey, because there's so much inappropriate sexuality, and it's like, ew. Whereas, like, you know, so I agree with Tolkien making that comparison, because, I think Lord of the Rings is more popular than Game of Thrones, because, I mean, it's been around for longer, so, but I agree with that comparison, dude. There are a lot of similarities between Game of Thrones and 50 Shades of Grey.
Pros of a pro, your shit's a ball. You're a pirate, you even stole my RR.
You're a pirate, you even stole my RR. They get it? Because, like, pirate, and then they say RR, and also, pirate means, like, you steal something from somebody, and so, he stole, George R.R. Martin stole J.R.R. Tolkien's RR from his name. The double entendre. Yep, I like it.
We all know the world is full of chance and anarchy. So yes, it's true to life for characters that die randomly. But newsflash, the genre's called fantasy. It's meant to be unrealistic, you myopic vanity.
Oh, I like that part. He's like, it's realistic for people to die randomly in real life, but he's like, newsflash, the genre's called fantasy. It's meant to be unrealistic, you myopic manatee. I like how he calls him a myopic manatee. I think that's one of the best lines so far. George R. Martin, you're screwed, just saying.
I conscientiously object to what you're doing on these beasts. I'll cut you like my teeth on Beauty and the Beast. You went too deep, Professor Tweed Pants. We don't need the backstory on every fucking tree branch.
Okay, so he's telling. Sorry, I don't know why the captions are on, because it's really funny. Because we already have captions here, you know, for the video itself. We don't need second captions. So let me just take the captions off. There we go. Sorry about that. Hopefully it didn't bug you too much, but now it's gone. Okay, so he says that we don't need the backstory in every tree branch. So I guess maybe Tolkien does do that. I'm not super familiar with Tolkien, but I guess he does, like, you know, he does a lot of exposition in his writing where he's like, oh, and this backstory, this. Maybe that could be boring for some readers, but I don't think it's a great bar. Okay, what does Tolkien have to say?
Cut my teeth in the trenches of the Somme. You locked your Santa Claus ass through Vietnam.
Oh my god, so Tolkien's like, I cut my teeth in the trenches of the Somme, you LARPed your Santa Claus through Vietnam. Because look how fat this guy is. He looks like Santa Claus, too. So he's making fun of his weight, which, I mean, isn't polite, but, you know, I think he's pissed because he's, like, making fun of him. So he's like, okay, if you make fun of me, I'm gonna make fun of you. So, I mean, usually it is not polite to make fun of someone's weight. But, yeah, I get what he's saying.
Time for me to take criticism on clothes from a dude who sends a raven to say hi to his toes.
It's hard for me to take criticism on clothes from a dude who sends a raven to say hi to his toes. Wait. Wait, who sends a raven to say hi to his toes? So, does George R. R. Martin actually, I mean, he's an author, so he actually sends a raven to say hi to his toes? Or does, wait, what? I'm so confused. Or does one of his characters do that in Game of Thrones? I do not get the reference. I'm so sorry.
Your fat jokes are worse than your pipe smoke. My show's the hottest thing on HBO. I'm rock and roll. You're a nerdy little nebbish, and I may be dirty, but you got a hairy foot fetish, dog.
No, Tolkien does not have a hairy foot fetish. I don't think he does. It's just his characters. Okay?
Even the names of your characters suck. You got buffers and boofers and brand new.
Sorry, by that I don't mean his characters have a hairy foot fetish. I just mean the hobbits have hairy feet. It's a character trait. I don't think there's a fetish for that. I don't think Tolkien has a fetish for that. So you're just trying to, you know, be like, oh, I'm dirty, but you're also dirty in this way. But no, don't try to bring Tolkien down to your level, man. Don't.
I got a second breakfast for all them goofy fuck.
Okay, dude, I hate this part that's coming up. He's gonna show you, I mean, not show you, but this part coming up is so inappropriate and wrong. So cover your eyes if you don't want to see it.
Lift up my gut and teabagging's my nuts. C.S. Lewis and I were just discussing how.
Okay, be prepared for Tolkien to, like, totally roast this guy and win this battle. I think it's pretty obvious who's gonna win at this point, Tolkien. This guy is just such a joke, George R. R. Martin. So here we go.
C.S. Lewis and I were just discussing how you and Jon Snow both know nothing. There's a backstory.
You and Jon Snow both know nothing. Ha ha ha, take that.
My box office is brilliant. billions. Got my children making millions off our silverillions, and I'm more rock and roll than you ever been.
He's more rock and roll than you've ever been. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. Like, you know, he's so rock and roll, Tolkien. Totally.
Don't believe me? Ask Led Zeppelin.
Don't believe me? Ask Led Zeppelin. Stairway to... And he's buying his... No, not he's. Sorry. And she's buying a stairway to heaven. There's a lady, I'm told, all that glitters is gold. Okay, sorry. Just had to. Tolkien's buying a stairway to heaven. Ask Led Zeppelin.
Can't reach this fellow. Shit, I'm too towering. Every time I battle, it's Return of the King.
Every time I battle, it's Return of the King. Totally, yeah. He totally won this.
Whoa, Holster! You just saw!
Yeah, J.R. Tolkien totally won this. It was so easy to tell. I mean, yeah, Martin really lost, and his bars are so bad. I think his portrayal is one of the worst in ERB. If I'm being honest, his portrayal is one of the worst. Tolkien's is one of the best. So, yeah, that's all I have for you today. That is my reaction that I've done today, and I'll be back with one next time. So, yeah, thank you for listening, and that's it.